It's been a long time since Minitoon first revealed his plans to create an open-world Piggy game. The first mentions come from October 2020. It's been nearly 5 years, and we still don't know much about this upcoming Piggy spin-off, but we know enough to get an idea of what we might be in for. For this video, I went over all the available clues, leaks, and pieces of information, so you don't have to, and here is everything we know about Piggy Intercity. On October 12, 2020, Minitoon wrote a post on his X account about a fun little idea he had while working. An open-world Piggy game with base building. Not a Minecraft type of game, but with RPG elements and a quest line to follow. At this point, players probably didn't realize that the first glimpse of how it can work is quite close. On January 16, 2021, Minitoon launched the Piggy Intercity demo. It's said to be the fastest game on Roblox ever to reach 1 million visits. At the end of the same day of release, it had already reached 4 million. In the demo, you start by creating a custom character and then spawning in the safe zone. That's your base camp where you supply with weapons and items. Once you leave the safe zone, you're on your own against dozens of infected characters that you know from the main Piggy game. The locations are also known from the main game, such as the forest, school, or the mall. But infected are not the only thing you need to take care of, as there's also hunger and thirst that can get you. When you get damaged by infected, you have a chance to catch the infection. If you do, a yellow meter with a biohazard symbol will appear and Phil slowly run out. Once it reaches 0, your character goes down on its knees and turns infected. But the gameplay doesn't end there, as you continue playing as infected and can attack other players. You can still find the demo under the name Old Broken Ancient Piggy, but honestly, the game in the state of the demo feels very empty, but it offers a preview of what we can expect from the full game. Talking of the full game, Piggy Intercity will be split up into 3 parts or releases if you want. The first part is set to be released in late 2025, and parts 2 and 3 will be released probably early to mid-2026. I would guess that the first part is nearly ready, as Minitoon recently released the first and shortly after the second trailer. In part 1, you can expect several locations, leveling up, armor, and attributes, as well as a story driven by your choices in quests. According to Minitoon, your choices will have a huge impact on the story and will completely change the course of the game. What looks like will also be part of the game, at least from the most recent Intercity leak, is weapon rarities or weapon upgrades. What will also have a big impact on your course of play is your behavior towards NPCs. Quest givers, traders, and other NPCs can be killed, which will result in reputation loss and also you missing out on quests they might have given you. With the initial release, there should also be bosses and cutscenes. For the base building, you will have to wait for the release of Part 2, which should also come with additional locations. As Dexter, one of the leading Piggy animators, outlined, the map will be 9 base plates big. Whether he meant 9 in total, so 3 times 3 or 9 times 9, is unknown, but either way, it's pretty huge. For those who have never played around with the Roblox studio, this is me running from one side to another of just one base plate. The Story of Intercity takes place 10 years after Piggy Book 2. If you remember, Book 2 ended with you having the cure for the infection in hands. If you don't, you can watch my video explaining the whole lore. The locations are designed with that in mind, so the overall design is a lot brighter and emphasizes hope for the future. Many players think that one of the good endings will be you eradicating the infection completely. This change in theme can be clearly seen in this teaser, where you see a completely changed gallery. Or here are other screenshots from the game showcasing a bright, sunny environment. The first one showcases a couple of houses in perhaps like a spawn area, or maybe a remote safe zone, where you can shop and pick up a couple of quests. Another teaser we got is a barn that kind of looks like the barn we saw in the Paranormal Pigmas event chapter. It's just a bit brighter, and the walls are also made out of wood instead of steel or so, like in the event. This one shows some kind of building. There are really not many hints. It may again be a safe zone, or just a random location you will have to clear out as part of a quest. Next up is finally something identifiable, and we got a redesign of the gallery. I like this design a lot. It looks brighter and more spacey. And the last image from the teasers shows some kind of ritual blade if I had to guess. I would say that this blade will play an important role in the story. To better accompany the change in theme, Minitoon confirmed that many characters will also be redesigned. We can see one of these character redesigns in a teaser of Katie. But at this point, we also have a leaked Katie model, and I must admit that it looks really good. Another major part of the story will be the capital. One day, the capital appeared on X, and shared 6 images without explanation. The capital appears to be a government entity overseeing the city. The shared images encourage citizens to cooperate with them and their projects. But it seems that not everyone wants to quietly collaborate, as one of the shared messages read, "A reminder to all citizens of the capital. The wall is here to protect you." There's also this one photo where you can see the members of the force wearing white armor and black visors. If I'm being honest, the first thing that came to mind when I saw these images was a game called Half-Life. It also had a mysterious force that took over the world and claimed to keep people safe, while not everyone agreed with how things were run. And I am not the only one with that feeling. But back to the topic. 2 of the 6 images also contain a hidden message in Morse code and one in cipher code. The first says, "We will find a way in." The second commands to ambush, and the third translates to, "Remember what they did. We can't let them in again." Now let's talk about the 2 trailers Minitoon gave us. The first trailer opens with alarm sounds and explosions. Then, we can see a shot of a destroyed city. Someone begins limping across the street, and as the camera zooms in, we can see an overall slender build with really long nails. I believe it may be Finley. Fox head, whiskers, pointy ears with black tops and green shirt. Everything checks. The character appears to be exhausted, maybe in search of a cure as they groan, but once they see the broken vial of the cure, they stop and start twitching. Possibly they just got infected because through all the groaning, we can hear the words, "I'm the last." The fact that they are just freshly infected could mean that they can still control themselves, at least remotely, and are searching for a cure to save themselves before it's lost. After all, in Book 1, Chapter 5, the teacher wrote a coded message on the blackboard, saying that while infected, she can still see and feel everything. She just can't control it. Her body just doesn't listen. But this trailer may hold another big secret. I am not the one who found it, and it's kinda insane. This user says that he analyzed the groaning in the video, and it translated to T1TX. When we look at this image posted by the Capitol, it's pretty safe to guess that there were some bombs involved, presumably dropped by a plane. When we link these 2 pieces together, you can actually translate T1TX to a plane. In the US military aircraft naming, T stands for training aircraft. Then there's TX, which was an actual Air Force program to replace their current jet trainer with a new one. And 1 in the name can stand for possible aircraft number. This is super speculative, but also super cool. When we look at the second release trailer, it follows Danica and Bitsy. Danica is presumably a dog, while Bitsy is a bat. The video opens up on Danica, who finds a video camera and starts recording. Because of what Bitsy says first, we can guess they were scavenging, hoping for something useful. Then we listen to their small talk, where nothing really interesting stands out except for this huge rocket for RPG. After a while, the 2 hear something or someone and decide to hide. Out of the shadows comes Kitty, and a second, currently unknown character. Kitty explains that they mean no harm and want to help, saying they are on the lookout for members of their group called the Liberators. Guessing from their name, they are trying to save or free something. When we look once more at the Intercity demo, there are a few graffiti and notes scattered all over the map, talking about wanting to enter the city. So it's entirely possible that they are trying to get into the city. One of the graffiti reads, "Open the gates," and another talks about bringing safety to the city. Remember earlier how the Capitol published a message about walls being in place for protection? Maybe the Liberators are trying to free the city from the tyrannical rule of the Capitol. The Liberators are likely a successor to the Silver Paw group we know from the main game. I base this assumption on how Kitty is part of the group, and secondly, it's confirmed that Katie will be in the Intercity, so it makes sense for her to be part of the Liberators. That's the core of what we know about Piggy Intercity. There are other bits and pieces on Minitoon's X account, but they are primarily regarding not-so-important gameplay mechanics. The discussion in the comment section is free, so feel free to drop down your theories or stuff I missed in this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.